students, I hope you all are well. So as we are doing our chapter number 12, that is soil erosion and conservation. And in this chapter we have already discussed about that what is soil. It is the uppermost layer of the earth crust. Then we have discussed about the formation of soil, how the soil is formed. It is formed due to the weathering of rocks. So when the heat of the sun, rainwater and strong winds act on the rocks, that result in the formation of soil. And after that we have already discussed that what is the importance of soil. It is used to grow the different types of plants. It is the home for many animals. It is used to make the pots, used to make the toys, and also used to make the kacha houses. And we get lots of things from the soil, like we get a lots of minerals from the soil, we get a lots of metals, we get petroleum products, we get food, and we also get the fibers from the plants that grow on the soil and that used to make the clothes. So these are the different things that we get from the soil. Then after that we have discussed that there are different layers of soil. The different layers of soil are the topsoil, subsoil and the bedrock. So topsoil is the uppermost layer of the soil that is rich in humus, and the nutrients are also present in this soil, and this is the uppermost layer on which the plants grow, and humus is the dead remains of plants and animals. Next we have discussed about the second layer is the subsoil, in which the small pebbles or the rocks are present, and the roots of the plants can penetrate up to this layer, and the amount of humus is very little in this layer. And the third layer is the bedrock, in which the large pieces of rocks are present, and these are known as unweathered rock because the sun's heat, rainwater and the strong winds cannot affect these rocks. So today we will discuss about the composition of soil. What are the different components of soil? So as we have discussed that the soil contains the gravel, sand, clay, water, humus. These all are the components of soil. So in this for this there is an activity is given in your book. So if you take a handful of soil from the garden, and if you dissolve that soil into a water, that soil into a transparent jar, and after some time you will see that the soil will differentiate, that separate out into different particles. So at the lower region, the gravel, the small rocks are present, and above the gravel there are small pieces of sand particles are present. Then above to this there is a clay, above the clay there is a water, and the last and uppermost, at the uppermost layer of the water, the humus will float. The humus is the dead remains of plants and animals. And along with it, it also contains air, minerals and microorganisms. It also contains, air is present in the soil, minerals is also present in the soil, microorganisms, worms and some insects are also present in this soil. So for this, to show that air is present in the soil, if we add water to this, we will see that the bubbles coming out from the air is present in the soil. And minerals, we know that we extract a large number of metals from the soil, like also of the different metals like hematite, pyrite we extract from the soil. Then microorganism, different animals make their homes in the soil, like worms, earthworms are there, insects are there, ants are there, they make their home in the soil, so they are also present in the soil. Now next is, these living organisms make the soil loose, the earthworm. They make the soil loose and allow the movement of air, which helps in the growth of the plant. So this microorganism like earthworm present in the soil make the soil loose and allow the movement of air, thus help the plants to grow very well. After this, what is soil erosion? Soil erosion means the removal of topmost layer, that is the topmost layer of the soil by wind, water or some other agents. By wind, water or some other agent is called soil erosion. So the soil erosion is the removal of top layer, which is the topsoil of the soil by wind, water or some other agent is called soil erosion. So student, as we all know that the plant generally grow on the topsoil that is rich in nutrients and humus also. So if this soil the top layer will be removed from the particular area, it means the plants will not able to grow. They will not get the nutrients because the topsoil is rich in nutrients as it contains the humus. Thus, what happened as a result of soil erosion? The land become barren. The land became barren. Banjar ho jayega because there is no nutrient. The topsoil is not there, so the nutrients are not there. Hence, the plants will not able to grow on that particular land. So that land will become unfit for crop production. That land will become barren and it become unfit for the crop production. After this, it occurs in areas where the soil erosion occurs. It occurs where the topsoil is not covered with plants. If the plants are not grown on the topsoil, then this soil erosion will occur because the roots of the plant bind the particles of the topsoil together. If the plants will not grown on that particular area, what happens? That soil will be removed by the strong winds and the flowing water. So, because the roots of plants and trees bind the particles of soil together. As we know that the roots bind the particles, so if the plants are not grown on that particular area, then only the soil erosion will take place. And hence, what happened? What will be the result of the soil erosion? Hence, wind and water are not able to carry it away easily. If the plants are grown on that particular area, then the wind and water, which are the causes of soil erosion, are not able to carry the soil particles with them easily. Next, student, we will discuss about what are the different agents of soil erosion. So, student, next is agents of soil erosion. What are the different agents of soil erosion? So, first one is water. So, water is also washes away the topsoil of the layer, thus leads to soil erosion. And this soil erosion via water generally takes place in the hilly areas, and when the water flows with very high speed, it takes away the top layer of the soil with them. And when these carry the topsoil with them, they get deposited in the base of the rivers. And due to continue, as these soil particles again and again carry out this water, they get deposited in the river base, and thus the rivers change their course. So this will be also leads to damage of human life and property. So let's discuss. Soil gets washed away by heavy rainfall. The heavy rainfall, when the water flow with very high speed, washed away the soil. Occurs mostly in hilly areas. The soil erosion by the water takes place or occurs in hilly areas as water flows down faster on the slope. Because we know that the water flow from high level to low level at very high speed. And taking along the top fertile soil, when the water flows down on the slope, that takes the top fertile, that is the topsoil with them, and this water carrying the soil flows into the rivers. Then when the water carry this soil, this get deposited in the rivers, and when this this deposition continue for years and years, thus the rivers change their course, and thus result change their direction, and thus result in damage of human life and property. Next is the next cause or next agent of soil erosion is the wind, and this takes place this is the highest in the dry areas. When the areas are very dry, where there is less vegetation, means the plants are grow less on the soil, that will also leads to soil erosion, and this reduces the soil fertility. What happened? What will be the result of this? This result in the losing of soil fertility, as the new plants cannot grow on the leftover soil, because we know that if the soil is not fertile, it means there is a less of nutrient in that particular soil, and hence the new plant cannot grow on that particular soil. So next is the human activities. Some human activities are also responsible for the soil erosion. The first one is the deforestation, and deforestation means कटिंग डाउन ऑफ ट्रीज ऑन लार्ज स्केल फ्रॉम अ पर्टिकुलर एरिया. एक ही जगह से बहुत सारे ट्रीज को एक साथ कट करना, दैट इज नोन एज deforestation, and we know that the roots of the plant hold the soil particles. If we are cutting down the trees, it means the roots are also taken out from the soil. It means the roots are not there. It means the particles of the soil cannot be held by the plants. Next is overgrazing. Overgrazing by cattle. If the cattle graze on particular land for over and over years, they will also result in plucking up the roots of the plant, thus result in the soil erosion. So that is the also major cause of soil erosion. And the last one is excessive plowing. If the farmers plow the same land for again and again, that will result in loosening of the soil, and hence the particles of the soil cannot be held by the plant. So these are the different agents that result in the soil erosion. The first one is the water that takes place on the hilly areas. The second is the wind, and it is highest in the areas which are dry, means there is less vegetation. And the third is the human activities. So first one is the deforestation, overgrazing, and the excessive plowing are the different activities that are done by the human being and result in the soil erosion. So student, this is all about your today's class, and next we will discuss about the next topic, that is soil conservation. How we can conserve the soil, how we can protect the soil from the soil erosion. So student, thank you and have a nice day.